It's a true honor to be here with so many friends and so many animal heroes. Thank you so much, and a round of applause for you all. Thank you. Recently, we've been thinking, I'm going to share this, it's not in the teleprompter, but we've been thinking about changing the name of the organization, and I was thinking, actually, animal equality is a very powerful name. Yeah. It conveys what so many of us believe in. Not that humans and animals are exactly the same, but that we all deserve respect no matter our species. Farmed animals too. With so many sentient, emotional, and unique farmed animals mistreated by the hands of the cruel meat industry, the magnitude of what needs to change can be daunting. That is why I try to focus on the individuals. And I'm going to tell you a story of an individual I met, Grace. I met her on a factory farm years ago. She was big but gentle. For the meat industry, she was nothing but a piglet-making machine. When I met her, she was on her 5th pregnancy, locked inside a cage so small and so narrow, she could only stand up and lie down. I visited that farm she was in several times as part of an investigation in the pig industry. And I spent a lot of nights in her barn, close to her, trying to bring her some comfort. I came to really understand how her body, but also her mind, were being brutally abused. Sometimes she would bite the bars in her crate out of desperation. Others, she would be completely immobile, defeated. She had been moved from one crate to another, from one cage to another, and back to the first cage 5 times, spending months on end inside, waiting to have her piglets or feeding her newborns. And she had seen all her babies taken away from her or die because of the conditions of the farm. One night, I was filming her, and I looked on top of her crate, and I saw matadero, that means slaughter. No names, just slaughter. A few weeks later, she wasn't there. Grace could not produce enough piglets for meat to keep her profitable and therefore alive. It was time for another female pig to take her place. I have gone over in my head so many times what her death must have been like. Her exhausted body was probably kicked and beaten into a truck with dozens of other pigs. She probably felt some sunlight on her face for the first time while traveling to slaughter, feeling some comfort for a few seconds in a life full of misery. And I constantly asked myself, does she see me differently from farmers who took her life or their slaughterhouse workers? And just like Grace, millions of farmed animals around the world are in their cages or in line to slaughter, and all they want is to stop suffering. And we can spare millions of them. Animal Equality is an effective altruist organization, and some people ask me, well, you focus too much on numbers. We focus on sparing as many animal lives as possible, because every animal we save is a new Grace that is spared from misery. And I always say, numbers matter because individuals matter. Thank you. And things are changing for animals and animal equality, and all of you are playing a big role in saving lives. Only this year, we have introduced significant welfare improvements for animals in the Mexican Senate and the European Parliament, and we have worked with the Law Commission of India to improve the protection for chickens and hens. All of these initiatives combined will reduce the suffering of hundreds of millions of animals. We have convinced 40 corporations to end the cruel confinement of egg-laying hens, which will spare about 20 million birds from extreme suffering. And this year, we have conducted and presented 21 groundbreaking farmed animal investigations in 7 countries. Only last week, we presented a new groundbreaking investigation into Mexican slaughterhouses and a dairy investigation in India that just today I got the information that had a reach of over 230 million in India. And actually, our executive director in India, Amruto Bale, was going to be here, and she couldn't make it today because of the amount of work that she has. We are already working on our 2018 goals, and we plan to increase our legislation efforts in India, Mexico, and Brazil. We plan to extend our corporate outreach programs to protect not only hens, but also chickens raised for meat. And we will also work with companies to encourage them to include more plant-based options. We will, of course, carry out groundbreaking farmed animal investigations around the world, including in the United States. But we need your help. Money is a tool, and it can be used to enslave and kill, or it can be used to liberate and save. So please, 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 allow us to continue our work by making a donation tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you.